Once the nexus of trade and commerce in the east, Mbale town has fallen in stature. Empty shells of factory buildings litter what was once a sprawling industrial enclave, the roaring motors now silent as the once vibrant center lies in shambles. Here are a few facts about Mbale Municipality constituency. It has 3 sub-counties, namely Industrial Borough, Northern Borough and Wanale Borough. The population of the county is 84,000, registered voters are 42,503, and the candidates are Jack Wamanga, who is the FDC flag bearer, Dr. James Mutende, who is the NRM candidate, and Eric Sakwa of UPC. In the last by-election, Wamanga got 4,776 votes, Wabongo got 3,875 votes, and Dr. Mutende got 1,119 votes. However, the constituents of Mbale Municipality are not the type to bottle up. It's this craving that has stirred voters in this constituency on both sides of the political divide to ask questions of what went wrong and what can be done to redeem the town.
The leader whom we are going to elect on 18th to address the issue of unemployment.
An MP whom we shall put into power to consider this point that he collects all the garbages to make Mbale clean as it was before.
An MP that I will elect or I will vote for will be somebody that can advocate for the common man.
For a decade now, the opposition FDC party has kept the Mbale municipality seats safely under wraps. And incumbent MP Jack Wamai today has no intentions of letting the seat slip out of his hands in Bugisu, which currently has only 2 lawmakers from the opposition. With the polls just a matter of days away, he continues to comb the area in the hunt of votes, traversing homesteads, shops and saloons. Later on in an interview at his home, Wamai says why hardly a year was not enough to fulfill what he had promised to the electorate.
Just a year, but the parliamentary term is 5 years. That's why I'm asking the people of Mbale to give me a 5-year term in parliament.
However, he also mentions his achievements.
I told my people that the town was dirty, and I started, after being sworn in, I came back to Mbale and started sweeping the town. Delivered wheelchairs to the hospital. I've been to schools. I've delivered scholastic materials to schools.
It would be conspicuous for a politician here not to comment about the state of affairs at Bugisu Cooperative Union. Beneath the placid surface in the town, there lies a brewing battle to control the stakes of BCU, the economic pulse of the Bugisu. Until recently, FDC strongman Nandala Mafabi had been credited for turning around BCU from a crippling institution to a financially sound entity.
When Nandala took over BCU, there was only 3.6 million Uganda shillings. Today, as I talk, we have got 2.5 billion capital for BCU, which has never been the case. Nandala tried to get back properties of BCU which had been sold. This old board, they are the people who have been trying to undermine, writing petitions and so on against Nandala with his new board. We asked these guys to come to our annual general meeting. They did not turn up. They were scared. And the people in that meeting said what these guys were saying was not correct. So the politicians picked it and went and misinformed the president. Oh, BCU Nandala is getting money from there. So the president was to close it. It will cost him a vote.
So how does Wamai expect to perform?
And as I tell you now, I think I'm 90s. You can go to town and do your own interview with the public. Go down in town and ask the people. They will tell you, I'm winning these guys hands down.
As Wamai prepares to march to the 9th Parliament, the NRM candidate Dr. James Mutende will attempt to tilt the scales.
For me, first thrust is on job creation, and that's of the industrial park. In it, associated with that, are other programs that are going to increase youth employment. Mbale was the cleanest and most organized town in East and Central Africa. And I'm privileged to have known that town well because my father was the first African town clerk of this town. And he has left a legacy behind of neatness, of cleanliness, of honesty in service. Now, what has happened over the years brings shame to many of us. And at this age, I have a strong challenge.
Don't you think the government... This coveted prize has been elusive to the ruling party and it wants to claim it back. A seat so prized that the last NRM MP here was the Speaker James Wapakhabulo, a leader who had shown shades of succeeding President Museveni. The stakes were high last year in a by-election, but FDC won resoundingly to retain the seat after its own Wilfred Kajeke had resigned from Parliament. In that race, Mutende refused to step down for the NRM flag bearer John Wamboga, alleging his rival was elected irregularly. Though the NRM is yet to heal from the politics of cliques and cleavages within the Bugisu sub-region, Mutende says the party today and the NRM leadership in the sub-region is wholly behind him.
One, there's no other person fighting under NRM. Two, the party is giving me full support, at least in terms of direction, in terms of structural support, because we have the NRM structures.
He also commented about the explosive issue of BCU and how he will perform.
As a person who meets with people in the public, farmers will say they were earning more money now. And if that is the case, then there's an obvious impact on the way some people look at it. But again, I say, and when I meet with the electorate, I wish them to understand this. There is an obvious distinction between the management of Bugisu Cooperative Union. There should be a clear line between the management of the Bugisu Cooperative Union and the politics of the region. In the by-election, when you combine the votes of the two NRM candidates who were way ahead of the gentleman who eventually took the seat, it was way ahead with Peter vote that time. The prospects are very good. We have had enough time to talk to our people. We have had enough time to elaborate to them the programs we have.
Among those clamoring for change is UPC candidate Eric Sakwa. Mbale was once a stronghold of the UPC, and the town hosted the first UPC Party Delegates Conference in 1969 and the first Oboti Memorial Lecture. The young Turk, who cuts a modest figure, relies on a motorcycle to reach out to the electorate. Sakwa says he will restore Mbale's pride. Previously envied for its cleanliness, today Mbale is rotting with filth.
Which is a legislative matter. The policies are in place. What is remaining is simply legislation in Parliament, because land policies are there. But why is it that they are continually land grabbing? The markets, the sale of land, the sale of bus park, the sale of everything in the municipality. Those are the things. And again, another thing, there is a problem of children on the streets.
What are his chances in the race?
As I talk now, as per now, the political barometer is reading winning for my side. The one who is according to the opinion poll, I'm the one rating very high. Others, I can't speak for them, because I may say so and so when he's actually the one tailing.
As the constituents here hope for the return of the good old days, not all hope is lost. There is a slight resurgency in the constituents. Small-scale trade is booming and produce from farms continues to fill market stalls. Come February 18th, the constituents here will not only elect according to political inclination, but will vote someone whose message deeply resonates with the bread and butter issues that affect the constituents. Emam Taizibwa, NTV, Mbale Municipality.